Welcome back to a new video. This is part 3 of my Cold and Dark series. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to descend properly, land, and shut down the plane. As you can see, a little circle, right? Which means once we get there, which it looks like according to that, we're almost there. Then you're gonna start slowly descending, like not fast, just slow. And keep adjusting this, I guess, so eventually we get it lined up. But anyways, as you can see there, most of us are still set over Florida, so I'm assuming we don't need anti-ice anymore. So I'll just shut that off. So if you see, we can go into here. We can go into performance. It'll show us here. Oh, yeah. Just acknowledge them. Acknowledge. Tune. Contact. Those are some random things in a second also.
20 Heavy F 310. Spirit lanes 1620 Heavy Jacksonville Center radar contact continue.
Okay, so now we can just X out of this for now. And you can see there, that's our cruise there. We can go to the next phase, that's the descent, which I don't really know what I'm supposed to set up here. You just can leave it and it does it pretty much itself. Approach, I showed how to set this up earlier on in the video. And then here, this doesn't really matter because it'll still be the manual if you go around. So if you see there, it says ILS 17 left because when I was waiting to get descent, I kind of just did that there to make sure we get the runway. So you have two options when you land. You can either do a manual landing or an ILS landing, which I'll show in detail in the next video or in another video, which you'll see up at the top right corner here. And anyways, so if you see, yeah, you can go here to flight plan. You can go all the way down to your destination airport, which is right there actually. You can see there now some purple numbers. That's for ILS landing. You can do it by, there's more to set up with it. That's part of the reason why you do everything. You can see the blue bear, right? You click on that, you click on arrival, and yeah. And I'll show that in the video linked at the end of this one. So now you can see we're pretty much at that dot there. So now we can start descending to what we think. We can, let's just say we'll go 28,000. Push it in. Or is it pull? No. Let me try that. See? So now we're gonna slowly start descending, and that's automatic doing it, so you can see it's keeping us slower. Slows down. They're not really gonna say much, so we can just wait a bit. So about patience descending. So you can look outside and see how it's going. So as you can see now, we have to start a turn over here. So we're getting closer to the airport, and I'm now gonna descend to 15,000 feet, and I want to do it faster so you can pull the arrow down and press. So it'll say open descent, which basically means it's going to descend as fast as it possibly can. And then also this here that says EXPED, that stands for expedite. So if you want to like go, not like, I don't know what the difference between open climb and expedite is. I think one's faster than the other. See, it says if you go over expedite mode, you can see how good the clouds and stuff look down there. But yeah, we need to turn, and then soon we're gonna have to straighten back out as we get in line up the runway. I'm wondering if they'll let us contact someone else, you know? Like if they'll send us to tower or something, which I'm surprised they haven't already done. So now we're gonna want to get online. But this waypoint right here, so move it straight that way, down towards the runway. And this video, we're going to be doing a manual landing. My mouse go disappeared. There it is. So we're going to be doing manual landing anyways in this video. We're going to hand fly it to the ground and see how good we can land the plane manually. So yep, I'm gonna ask if they're gonna give us anything. You know, I'm gonna back out of that. they should be telling us something. If they don't tell us anything, you can typically just land. They're not gonna say something. Usually they clear you, but there's been times I've done like long flights before, and they have not cleared me, and I've just landed. Cause like sometimes they'll just bring you through some whole big process, useless process, where they make you do full like stuff, and there's nothing wrong. So if you want to go for like the full like simulation, then you'll want to do it properly. Like you want to properly listen to what they're telling you. But if you just are doing it properly and then you just want to land and just get done with it, then you can just go, right? We'll turn more, I guess, to kind of like straighten out with it. And what's our altitude? Yeah, I wonder how if expedite goes faster. It does. And so soon you'll see we're gonna start passing through the clouds. It looks like ahead. Never mind. In the cockpit, it looks like we're getting closer. We're still pretty high. If I were to estimate, I feel like those clouds are maybe like 18,000 feet. Yeah, so the runway is directly ahead of us. So we're gonna descend even more now. Like it's straight ahead of us. We're not on the glide slope or localizer or anything yet. But we're still like, pretty close, I guess. So if you look at the, which I won't have the map open right now, but there will be like a green thing, like a V almost, for where the localizer is. Or not, if you're doing an ILS landing, anyways, that's what it would be. So now it looks like the plane wants us to slow down, so you can go down here and you can pull that back, or you can just pair it to the keyboard button. But I just use the thing that I have, like a control column. So you can hear air coming over it. And if you look outside on the wing, you can see they are up, and you can also adjust them and stuff, right? And you'll see they go down, and then I want them up all. Let's see, I think I was actually correct about the clouds. Yeah, so you should be passing through the clouds momentarily. Oh yeah, it's a lot faster expedite. It's a lot faster than open descent. Yep, so that's the first ILS frequency thing. We have to push because it said there, it was flashing. See, like I said earlier on in the video, you push it in. So you can see you're about to go through the clouds, and then you have to rely on the ILS to see where going. That cloud would not be the best. Oh. That cloud would not be the nicest cloud to go through. You'd probably be in that cloud for a little while. Okay, we'll turn a bit more towards it. Yeah, soon we're gonna go through that thick layer. I was wrong, it's actually 12,000-ish field. 10,000 at a time. Is anything gonna happen? I think we might have just like something glitched out, and I think we lost contact. Because it still says we're on Jacksonville. So Orlando approach is 119. Let's see. So we'll go to 1.9.775. Put that in. Switch. There we go. That was weird. Continue descending. Good 3,000 feet. That's the typical altitude you want to be on for a I don't know. Anyways, this is 3,000 feet is a typical altitude you want to be at to catch the localizer and glide slopes and stuff. We're kind of a bit high. Like you can see, that's the runway. We might just do a go around or something. Get clear. It's a different one. I don't know what's going on, but we'll go. 135.300. Put that in. Switch contact up for Orlando approach. Oh, burn the clouds. Inside to see the ground a little bit. There's some water. So now we can go onto here, and we can fix that there. back into performance. Approach, you can go 3021. Put that input into the approach thing. Bring that down. Free to also to 3021. It doesn't matter as long as you're not sitting in that seat. But still. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a go around. That's the airport right there. It's a bit foggy actually. This is like live weather. So yeah. I'm gonna go around I guess, or even just get to a different runway. So you can zoom out on the map and we'll just continue through here, right? See where we are. And that you always want to keep it on during the flight. So now I actually forgot, because we're below 10,000 feet, you have to put those lights on there. Put those three on. Make sure every light is on except the nose light. So now if you look outside, I believe it's the bright ones, though you can't really tell. It does not look the nicest day in Florida right now. But yeah, the taxiing here is a bit annoying because there are a few bumps. So see there's a little bridge there to the road. Speed breakers still. Oh yeah, we have to put them up. And now you'll see it should, like, the engines should, like, slow down a bit more. They're not gonna be putting as much power into moving the plane because they don't have to go across through that thing to slow it down, right? So you can check everything should be set now. You just want to get out farther, and you just keep going until you think you can turn. So I'm actually gonna change our runway. We're gonna go to 35 right. So I'm gonna go into the right here. Click on that. Arrival, and I said 35 right. And then you can click none, none, insert. Now you can see we changed the runway, and you're gonna see right there. That's like the localizer ILS, where you can see whatever you want to call it, glide slope. So you can see there. I'll show you briefly how to do it. I won't go into detail with it. I will do that in another video on how to do it. No, I'm just gonna do manual because it's a bit difficult to explain how to use it. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to use the auto land. I believe that's an alarm for it now. So we could just keep going a bit. So I'm looking at the map of where we are. Yeah, you can see how the ground looks out there. And for landing, let's check everything checked. There is a checklist. There are checklists you can use by clicking on that. Clicking on aircraft checklists, now you can go for all of them. But they're kind of long, and you don't really need them if you know what you're doing. In real life, you have to use them. But I'm just going off of what I know you do. So yes, everything is currently like set properly, and if you like put that light on, I believe it lights up in front of you. I believe it's, well, it says nose, so it is in front of you, but still. You can also click these if you wanted. They're calls. You can very faintly hear them. If you open the flight deck door and press it, you'll hear it. Weird. There, you hear it now. If you do this, you really hear the seatbelt sign, or you can click all, and you hear it. But yeah, so it's fun to sometimes just play around with those. There's a bunch of fun little features you can play around with there, and also if it's raining, you can also control the windshield wipers there. But here's another tip when you're landing. I'll explain it now. If you click on this right there, the LS, you'll see there it puts all that, so that'll show we are on the glide slope right now. You can see where like the glide slope is going up because we're kind of going, instead of down, because we're kind of going backwards towards the runway, so going away from it, right? And coincidentally, I turned it on right when we were there. Getting darker out, probably gonna rain or something. So anyways, then you can see there, that's the localizer, because we kind of turn around to catch it, right? So you can also zoom out a little bit more so you can see the waypoint there. It only shows it will disappear soon. Yeah, I actually think it's gonna rain. Yes, you can also, here, I forgot to mention this earlier on, if you're like setting up a performance page, which we kind of forgot to do, you can set all this up here. You go here and it calculates all your stuff there. So you pick your runway, right, which it's doing the Detroit's runways, because that was our departure airport. And those two you can ignore. This, if it's raining, you can click wet or dry if it's not. This shows that thing always going to go up because it's directly behind there. And the wind, you can put that in, and it's number / number. If it's, they say comp 00/00. There's the temperature, altimeter, which is whatever you put in this thing here. And then the weight, which you can get from here, right there. And then you click calculate, and it calculates everything. Flaps usually is 1 plus F, which is just 1. Oh, we're getting out of the bad weather. But we still have to turn around, that's the other thing. So, it looks like we should be able to turn around now. So now you have two options. You can either go manual turn, or you can do a automatic. Typically I think it would do automatic, but I don't know the heading that I'm supposed to be going to right now. Then when it does alarm, you can just click on ECAM clear right there. Clear. And then you can press the warning thing there. It's kind of hard to keep an altitude while turning. But now you can see we just turn while looking at the map until eventually we see right there, you can see the waypoint starting to come back. Until you're like lined up with it basically. And you can check your map also if it's not, like if you're pretty far away. So you can see there's our spot there. So I'm gonna fly fully manual the rest of this flight now because we're pretty close. Oh, I'm descending a bit fast. So now we can start to like straighten out. And the runway's directly ahead. Actually, I'm not gonna fly manual the rest. I'm gonna put this back on. Never mind, it's gonna turn me really fast back the other way. So now it's set. It gives us a checklist. I don't think turning the dial because I can. It's not that hard, but I'll just fly manual. Because now see there it says it gives us our little checklist there, so we can put the cabin will check itself automatically. Flaps, we can slowly bring down a few notches of flaps. So I'll start by putting down. Actually, we can make it to full. We're already slow enough. We can arm the spoilers by just pulling it up. Then the cabin will check in a minute, and the landing gear we can bring down in a minute. So a plane will automatically slow us down. We're back into that bad weather. So there's the glide slope. We want to be at about 3,000 feet right now. I'm surprised bringing us that slow. Usually brings me to like 140 knots. But it all depends. That's why you have to set up that approach thing in there, because it. Okay, we can go back to directing. That's why you want to set up that approach thing there, because it tells the plane what it's able and capable to like, be at and not stall. So it's important that you set it up properly. The temperature doesn't seem like it's that important, but it is, because the temperature affects the thickness of the air to see if it's like thin or thick, right? So now you can see that we kind of have to be a bit higher, it says, but we'll just stay at 3,000 feet. If I want, I'll twist it right now, so we can see we want it to be. You can just keep twisting it until it gets in like sight almost. And then if I want, I can go on right now, autopilot. But I'm just gonna fly manual here. You can see the localizer it says there, but is it the right runway? 35 right. What's it say here? 35 right. Yeah. I'm wondering why it says that. Yeah, so you can turn that on there. It helps you with that there. So if you follow those, then you'll be good. So you kind of want to go 3,000 feet and climb into the glide slope and then start descending again. So you can see right now we're going down again. So you want to match those purple lines, because if you're using the ILS, it will be perfectly aligned with all of that. So I'm wondering why that's to the left, if I'm seeing is there, and on the map it's showing the same thing. I'm sure it'll come closer as we get to the right spot. Actually, it is correct according to the map. I just have it too zoomed out to be able to tell. So some ILS frequencies will be like a little off. You can't zoom in anymore right now. Will be a little off, so you look at that until you get close enough to the runway where it's in sight, and then you can look at the actual runway. So now as we're coming in closer, I'm confused with this. That's telling me one thing. The map now is telling me I'm aligned, but this says I'm off still. We're just gonna listen to this actually, because worst comes to worst, I'm gonna be a little off. Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna be off by just a little bit, and it can just shift over a bit. So you can see the runway's right there. Now we can bring the landing gear down. which is, if anyone is wondering, it's right there. Then that's our runway right there. The runway on the right, that's why it's called 35 right. And that thing was the cabin check. And you can see there, you want to have 2 red and 2 white to be lined up with the glide slope. So follow that and that. Yep, that is correct. So we can just follow that purple there. It's weird. I thought I just heard a check. Anyway, so now we're on the glide slope. If you can see there, surprised we have not been cleared or told to go to tower or anything. But typically, you can just land if they don't tell you. I think it's probably because I forgot to set it as ILS when I like set the flight up. So we're technically flying VFR, which would be a bit slightly different than IFR. So we're now following like IFR kind of rules, which you would not land without clearance. But they're not going to tell us anything for a little while, so it's probably going to cause issues. But typically when you land, you can just click contact whatever airport you're at and your ground frequency, and then they'll continue there as if you were cleared to land. This has happened to me many times before. So yes, if we just follow and stay aligned with it, it is slightly off there, like very, very slightly. Never mind. I keep thinking it's off. It's not off. We have to get closer. I'm like, is it or is it not? Yeah, so it looks like we're almost on, we're on the glide slope, but there we're just slightly off. So this I usually just leave open on the side, so if they tell me something, I can quickly click it without going through that menu up there. So we can just keep coming down slowly. Now the cabin's ready. See, so everything is like check now. And also you need the flaps because the flaps help you fly slower. So that's why they're down. It's a bit like crosswinds. I'm trying to fly straight as possible, and I keep getting a gust of wind blowing me to the side. Like, that's not me turning right there. That's the wind pushing me. So right now I'm with the rudder pedals that I'm using. I'm like crabbing, which is an actual like technique that pilots would use. Where you like go angled to where you go like angled to the runway and then straighten out, which I'm not doing the best at it, but it's still kind of helping. So now we can just descend. We're still we're too high. We want to touch down right on that spot there. Once you touch down, it's pretty easy. Then when it says that, you can pull back the throttle all the way. Good thing it's a long runway. You can pull back into reverse. And if you see there, it says that, and then you should see, well, it's a bit laggy. You can see that because we armed the spoilers so they came up. Other than that, we can go back in. I don't know why I even closed that out. Click on the ground. And then now when you get closer, you can put the brake on to help you slow down. We're missing a turn. Nope, never mind. Then you can continue like braking. You can taxi to gates. And now you can just taxi as normal until the gate. Reverse, you don't. Now you typically would stop off the runway. Put the parking brake on. Oh, not this again, or it doesn't let you acknowledge. Sometimes it does that glitch. Or if we're gonna say something, you just have to every once in a while click say again, because it's not gonna let us. So then taxi runway or gate 127 using N3. So I forget what N is. November 3, where is it? Oh, wait, November 3, November. So good. Wait, is this like the terminal here? Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so we're gonna turn right. We can put the flaps up now. Speed up a bit to get this turn. And then we can. Let's do that. The internet's a bit slow right now, but it's always slow. It's supposed to be like 3 gigabits per second, but it's not. So we're gonna keep doing that. See. The only reason I even am staying with them and not going off is because you need them at the end. You don't need them. and it makes this experience more realistic. So, and now you can turn off. Flight director turns off automatically when you touch down. You can turn off the LS fin. And, oh yeah, we kind of forgot about auto brakes. You don't actually no. Wait, did we? Yeah, we did. Whatever, auto brakes don't matter. Because as long as you can stop. This is kind of annoying when it does this. And as you see, I think we just hit a bump there. So then I think we turn left. Yeah, we turn left, cross. Yep, cross 17, right? Yeah, see, taxis are kind of bumpy. Oh, I didn't even notice here. I've never really like flown here often. I want to because I usually go to do this flight a lot. So, but the JetBlue terminal, I've never noticed it. So, because I don't really usually go this way, this taxiing way. Because I usually land on the other side of the airport. So, yeah, and then we'll just continue going through. Just have to keep clicking that. So I think that's Ricardo's or General Aviation, one of the two. I don't see a line, so I'm pretty sure it's cars then. Because there are like maintenance cars that have to go here and stuff, right? Maintenance the runways and different things. Oh, is that thing? No. So this is the terminal. Whatever. Traffic. I didn't notice it had it. Announced taxi to parking, I guess. So they told us gate 125. We're still gonna listen to that. Well, where's 125? I'm gonna stop for a second here. So, oh, this isn't our terminal. I don't think it is, anyways. Let's see. So, it is. Never mind. We just have to go around more. I see our gate. I think somebody took our gate. Well, we'll take the gate next to them. Our gate is actually that one right there. Well, it's that one, but whatever. We'll just take this one. Exit of that. You can see all of us like going back, I guess, to its lines. Then you can slow down more to get a nice, slow, smooth pull into the gate. And then you can stop. What is going on? There we go. It's a trick because they got rid of like the air marshals in the 2024 version. So the only way you can really tell when to stop is by going outside the plane, and you kind of have to have like controls and stuff mapped out to be able to do this. Slowly like inch forward, and then you can just go there, parking brake on. Now this is how you can shut the plane down. Now you can press this. Well, we kind of forgot to turn the taxi lights on when we taxied. You can press all of that down. Strobe goes off, wing off. Put that back to 1. Now, see if air traffic control will give us anything at least. No gates, I guess we don't get a gate. So we can go up here, dash, no, ground, toggle GPU. So now we press this on, and then we can go down here, and then we can just pull these two, engine 1 and engine 2, back. And then now you'll see they start going back down, and everything starts like going off now. And then you can turn off the beacon light now, because our electrical systems are still on. We leave the nav and logo on. We put this, all 3 of them, to off, and then it goes back to this. And you can go back onto this, click on that back to standby. Everything should now be fully shut down. Typically you'd have a gate, but I guess we just don't get the gate. And then you don't really need to do all this stuff. But now, when we get the plane shut down fully, we turn that off. Press on that and press off, and there you go. Thanks for watching this series with me, and comment if you watched it all the way through, and make sure to like and subscribe for more aviation content, and comment what I should do next.